gives you the strength to survive. Pride.
Good morning. It is the We Are You Morning Crew. I am George Daigle, delighted, excited, honored, and privileged to be with you. I am here, baby, in the studio. It's a little bit different this morning. A little bit different because, it's just a little bit, it's wet outside. It's a little bit, dreary. And, but I'm here. I'm trying to get my ears together. Oh, that's why it sounds a little funny. There we go. Today, yay, good morning. And welcome. I have in the studio with me none other than the illustrious Miss Sophia. I dragged her out of the bed this morning. Child, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, my goodness. Is it going to be one of them mornings? You didn't get any coffee yet?
I don't drink coffee, baby.
Oh, you're going to have to get you some coffee this morning.
Why?
So you can woke up.
Oh. Where we at?
I know you're completely out of sorts today. I get it. We are in the We Are You studios.
God, no. Come on.
Right.
Hey, what's going on?
There she is, ladies and gentlemen. There she
honey.
is.
I had to come in here. We have breaking news today, honey.
Yes, we do.
Yes, son. The breaking news. You want to tell them or you want me to
tell
them?
No, you tell them. You started off.
Child, it is with a heavy heart that I have to let everybody know that we are closing Club Chit Chat, and I am joining the We Are You Radio Morning Crew.
Don't you do that to Laughing Hyenas come looking for me, and you have Jana, Nova, and Nate looking for me. No, ma'am, no, sir. That's fake news, ladies and gentlemen. That's fake news.
That's for Fox.
That's for Fox. That is the fake news version of the We Are You Morning Crew.
Child, you always coming in with me, so I said, let me go in here with George one day. I always say I'm coming here with y'all, honey. Where everybody else?
And I was surprised. I'm coming up the elevator, and there she is right there with me. I'm like, girl, you know what time it is?
Oh, yes, honey.
Well, I'm glad you're here because we can talk about something. We just played Sister Aretha Franklin, A Deeper Love. Last night was the final night of the Genius Aretha, starring Cynthia Erivo and doggone it, her name was Shaden is the young lady that played the young Aretha. So we're going to give them both. They were co-stars in that show. But it was really, really good. And it is her birthday today,
yes,
Aretha Franklin. So
Aretha Franklin birthday.
So happy birthday to her. So let's talk about the show a little bit. Okay. Now, we had gone through the whole, series and watched it from beginning to end. And a lot of people are feeling like it wasn't that good. A lot of opinions are the storyline going back and forth between when she was young and when she was old.
Right.
May have been a little confusing.
People just want to say that. How could you be confused when the two different people played Aretha at two different times? If the little girl was on there, it was back in the day. If it was Cynthia, it was current.
That's what I said too. I didn't see what was so confusing about it. I really did not.
People just upset because she didn't look like Aretha. But I keep telling people, you got to go look at old pictures of Aretha. Aretha was a supermodel back in the day.
Right. Well, the other portion, maybe the looks threw everybody off just a little bit.
Them damn cigarettes threw everybody out.
Nobody knew how much Aretha smoked.
Yeah, she like all that smoking, but she didn't want no air conditioner on.
But Aretha, Dion, Whitney, they all smoked.
Yeah, but Whitney smoked something else. This is
Stop it. No.
Whitney wasn't smoking no cigarettes.
Let's go back to Aretha. It's too early. It is too early. No, but so the show I thought it was really, really good. The music was good. Okay. T.I., I'm not hating. But T.I. though?
Yeah, I think what everybody needs to just get grips with is that the storyline. Take your focus off the look of the character,
all right. Okay,
and just know that she was portraying Aretha Franklin. So if you just take your look off of the story, off the look, and the size and all that, because when they made her a heavier Aretha, they did that. Now, they did do that. But I think the majority of the people that said that they didn't like it and they didn't, it wasn't good, is because you are looking at her looking like Aretha Franklin, and I think a lot of people are comparing that to who just playing Lady Day. It's like, come on. Everybody that portray these people, they're not going to look like them. So if they can just follow the storyline, then you will be okay. follow the storyline. That's what it was all about.
Right.
Because a lot of people didn't know her dad was that abusive.
Man, can we talk about that for a day? Now, you grew up in church. I grew up in church. I grew a lot of my career was in gospel music, so I'm familiar with Aretha Franklin, C.L. Franklin, all the pastors who were, also great singers back in the day, and he was legendary. So to see that portrayed on the screen, I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
It was like a Kirk Franklin moment.
And after y'all see that, I was just getting ready to say how you feel about Kirk Franklin.
Okay. Okay. What Kirk Franklin did was not too bad. You can take that. But yeah, I'm wondering how the family is feeling right now, because the family was against both of these biopics, against Cynthia Erivo's and Jennifer Hudson, because they felt like they didn't have enough input. But I'm wondering, after they have seen the story, what are they feeling? Do they feel it was a little bit too much revealing, or I'm wondering what they're thinking.
Well, of course they're gonna think that, because Aretha Franklin was very private. Even when she went through her illness in the latter part of her life, she didn't want people to tell what was going on with her. So a lot of people still don't know what Aretha Franklin dealt with when it comes to the illness towards the end of her life, because I think she had those doctors under a non-disclosure agreement, because nobody's still not talking about, what Aretha Franklin dealt with as far as sickness.
Right, yeah. She was very secretive. I mean, that was in the episodes too. She was like, I got secrets and I'm not telling them. I refuse to tell. I keep my personal life. But I tell you what, Aretha kept a man though.
She kept a man.
She kept a man, baby.
She kept a man, and she kept a cigarette.
Okay.
But I was just surprised that, not surprised, but it was just brought back memory how people were just free to smoke everywhere. In the studio, in the church, in the restaurants. It's just like everybody lighting up cigarettes. And then it's just like to live through the time where, they have banned cigarettes from all places nearby. It's just like you can't smoke nowhere. They got designated areas where you can smoke, and it's just like, oh wow, and everybody was striking them up in there.
Everybody was striking everywhere. I was I'm sensitive to the equipment, and I'm like, they just blowing the smoke in this equipment. Do they realize the damage they doing to this equipment with the smoke and the tar and the buildup? And I'm really looking way too technical.
Yeah, you're looking at the today's equipment. That equipment back then, if you didn't blow no smoke in the hair, that equipment probably would break down on you. Who is this in here? You got no cigarettes?
Right.
Put a Marlboro in here.
Now, I did also like how Aretha Franklin, she took her own power in a time where women, especially black women, were seen, and all artists basically were seen as property. And now she's like, look, I'm a producer, and I'm going to be a producer on this album.
But you didn't like T.I. character. That's what T.I. character brought to the show.
Yeah, he did. Like, he did.
You produce what you described to me. You are a producer. You do everything. You do everything.
Right.
So I like that about her. But you could also tell the difference when Clive Davis became her manager. Oh my God. The music changed, her attitude changed.
Her confidence level changed,
right,
and all that stuff. One of the things that I noticed throughout the movie, with her relationship with her father, and every man that she had a relationship with, she really depended on them to tell her who she was. Mm-hmm. And as she's the queen of soul, this powerful, most prolific singer on the planet, never be another one, how those men still led her, whether she realized it or not.
So it just goes back to show you that no matter how important or how big a person gets, just like we think that people have everything and they have it all. It's just like, somebody like Aretha Franklin needs to be told, girl, I see it. I see it. You have it. And for her not to see it, it's just like, oh my God.
Right.
But thank God she was around the right people that could tell her that you are and you have, and just wait.
Right. So, on a scale of 1 to 5, what do you give the show?
I'm going to give it a 5.
Me too. Yeah.
Because it's just like everybody's talking about the set and going back finding all this stuff, just like, and even you said, when they show Aretha Franklin house in these magazines and everything, her house be laid. Mm-hmm. But baby, that TV, they went and got that old TV.
Baby, they look like they put it together for the show.
Baby, they couldn't find all that old stuff. They had to work with what they had, honey.
It was good overall. I think it's good. I did feel like, and I'm gonna have to admit this, I felt like I was cheating on Jennifer Hudson.
What?
I did. I felt like I was cheating on her because I know the movie is coming out, and I did. Jennifer, we still love you. I'm looking forward to that, because all in all, the show was good. Now, I have some friends who worked on the inside of the show, on the musical part of it, and they were like, they hated it because they felt like the music that they contributed and the way they edited it in, they weren't happy with it. But all in all.
But you know what was one of the biggest moments?
For you?
I think for everybody, including you.
What was that?
To find out that she did Ave Maria in 15 minutes.
Nessun Dorma. I knew that. I already knew that story.
Ooh,
I had
15 minutes.
15 minutes she studied that song because Pavarotti had gotten sick of the I remember that because when they showed.
I remember he got sick too.
I remember when they showed 1998. I was like, I remember this because when she did that, I mean, people were crying in the audience because to hear this gospel voice. Because first of all, Kathleen Battle and all of the other Leontine Price, those voices were already steeped in gospel. You know, to hear a gospel singer do opera is just amazing. But to hear that come out of Aretha Franklin was like a spiritual experience that nobody had probably ever had heard before.
And how she broke it down. When she heard, she said, go and get me a copy of him during the rehearsal. And then when she listened to it and said, well, what is that? Oh, it's because she's, and then such and such, and then she wins. Because if she do, she wins.
Right.
And then, and also, remember earlier when she was in the kitchen cooking with her sisters and stuff, and she was listening to that, and they was like, because I think that's when their dad first got sick, and she was in the kitchen cooking and stuff, and they was listening to that. She was like, girl, what do you listen to? You don't listen to that. And it just goes to show you how you never know. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready because she was already into opera and stuff, honey. Never knew that they were going to come to her at the last minute saying, you know who done got sick. If you can, we understand. If you can't, I'll do it.
I got this. That is why she is and will always forever, no matter who comes along, will be the queen of soul. But
Beyonce says Tina.
Don't start. Do not start. I'm not with you today. Let's go to break because Well, ladies and gentlemen, tell us what you think about all the stories that we talk about today because you know it's going to be our social media page and you can see it on our YouTube page as well, WERUradio. Make sure you download the app WERUradio. Look it up on all of your device stores. A little bit later on this morning, I will have with me in the studio Miss Imani Van Zap and Miss Sophia will be in here with you and you never know what we're going to talk about. So you just have to tune in. Good morning.
We are you morning crew.
Senior